It was a case that garnered national attention, a local bakery in a legal battle with Oberlin College over a 2016 shoplifting incident.
Now, this all sparked student protests claiming the business was racist and presented the question, is an institution like a college responsible for the speech of its students? In 2019, a judge ruled the school needed to pay the bakery more than $30 million. That's a ruling the school is still appealing.
And now a judge recently unsealed evidence in the case, and as News 5's Clay Lepard tells us, it paints quite the picture of the business and one of its employees.
For more than 100 years, Gibson's Bakery has been a staple in downtown Oberlin. But back in 2016, one day after the presidential election, the business found itself at the center of racial protests surrounding the arrest of 3 black students involved in an altercation with the son of the store owner and his white grandson, Alan D. Gibson. At the time, conflicting reports swept through the community over what exactly happened. Eventually, the school says those students pled guilty to shoplifting as part of a plea deal, but not before hundreds of students and part of the community dealt the bakery a significant blow in business by boycotting it and accusing it of racial profiling. In 2017, the bakery sued Oberlin College and its dean of students, Meredith Raimondo, arguing the school aided its students in their protest, as flyers like these were handed out accusing the business of discrimination and profiling. In 2019, a judge ruled the school must pay the business $44 million in damages. Later on, the college says a judge reduced that number to a little more than $31 million. Which brings us to today. News 5, along with several other outlets and organizations, argued for more than 2 years for the courts to release this sealed evidence. It contains Facebook posts from the grandson of the owner of Gibson's Bakery, Alan D. Gibson, the one who was involved in that 2016 altercation. It shows posts from 2012 to 2017 where Alan Gibson shared to others how he and his family's store were perceived as being racist. It also goes a step further. In April of 2016, Alan D. Gibson posted on one friend's wall, quote, "Not my fault most black people around my area suck." A little bit later, and less than 4 months before the incident, Alan Gibson posted his frustration over being called racist, saying if these lazy want to start working, then they could earn their own money. That's what my family does for money, work. It goes on to say, people spit at me and call me racist at least a few times a month. 100% of those people deserve to die. Them all to hell. Until now, those posts were sealed by a judge, meaning neither the press nor members of the public had access.
Our one goal was to maximize transparency and ensure that the public had a full picture of really what transpired here.
Katie Townsend serves as the legal director of Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press, which represented News 5 in court proceedings.
I think it provides additional context and understanding about the allegations that have been made by the parties on both sides about the incident that took place and the protests that followed, the reason that this lawsuit was filed.
News 5 reached out to Oberlin College about the document's release. The school's current president, who was not around in 2016, replied to the document's release in part by saying, quote, "The issues raised by this case have been challenging, not only for the parties involved, but for the entire Oberlin community. While this matter is under appeal, we cannot comment on the specifics of the litigation." Oberlin College's appeal is still ongoing. In Lorain County, Clay Lepard, News 5.